Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game. Let me do that button up for you, yeah. I can't even find it, people. Am I tired? Do I seem tired? Let me elevate myself, yes? Because what I'm going to talk about is in relation to tiresome people. Oh, energy vampires. Emotionally inflaming individuals, right? When you learn the principle, the engineering principle of garbage in, garbage out, you soon become very, 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 very sensitive to the people around you, the people in your life, the messages that are given to you. The way you learn to translate the message becomes from a heightened perspective. And you can say, well, get off of your high horse. That sounds very egocentric. And it's like, no. When you start to relieve yourself of that which is negative in your life, when you start to go through the turmoil and hardship of real self-development, not reading books that apply to nothing, when you actually get stuck in and create some degree of momentum and acknowledge the strength it needs in order for you to break through the initial period, you soon realize what you don't need in your life, and that's people taking the piss. They don't know they're doing it. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have an input in the back of your head and you are feeding it with a metaphorical high vibration, a consistent high vibration, good information, good communication, uplifting, positive people around you, and a forward motion, shove, a push forward towards that as to which you are going, yes? When you meet and engage with somebody who showcases that of a frequency and vibration down here in relation to you, you fucking fall, man. And you might say, oh, why don't you just like ignore it? Bruh, they say you are who you surround yourself with. And the moment you create an engagement with someone who you deem toxic, you perceive that toxicity. And now your wavelength is that on observing negative vibration and frequency. You're not elevated no more. You're not learning no more. You're not moving forward no more. You're slowing down to look at the car crash on the road out of pure nosiness. You're not driving to your destination no more. You're looking and feeding off of this negative shit. When I pass a homeless man in the street, I look him in his eye, acknowledge him, make him feel seen, and I say, sorry mate, I've got no change. Sorry boss, I've got no change. Right out of the kindness of my heart, because I know this man is deemed invisible to the general populace who walk by him. But in engaging with him, by default, I am now turning down a charitable act. I am now acknowledging that life is hard enough as it is without throwing your money to each and every person. I am now involved, albeit momentarily, but I am now existing in this lower denominator space that I wasn't in prior. This is how it works. When you acknowledge your worth, not through a delusion, but through a competence, when you remove that in your surroundings that you deem poisonous, toxic, detractors of the quality of your life, when you, by chance or by necessity, become involved with an individual or group that takes you back down there, takes you back to a place you once acknowledged, that you were once parallel with, It's incredibly triggering. It's incredibly triggering. There are some people out there you engage with and they mean no harm. And as you look into yourself and look at the world around you and apply yourself correctly and find purpose and meaning and elevate yourself and your perspective upon the land that exists there before you to ensure you are a step ahead and you can do a great job and do what you need to do whilst you're here, right? You will find yourself moving onwards from the social circles and the people and the inputs that once composed your character. We're not there no more. Sorry, I've moved on. Or you don't hang out no more. Or you don't come and drink no more. Or you don't do this and that. You will engage with someone who aligns themselves with the frequency that those in power give to them in order to keep them beneath. And when you disconnect from that energy, when you disconnect from that media, when you disconnect through that pattern of eating and consumption of erotic materials and chasing that which doesn't serve your purpose on a real deep level, and then you compare and contrast yourself to the person you once was, if not the people who were around you who still reside in that space, who continue intoxicating their mind and their thought process and their function with these inputs, you won't be able to see eye to eye with them anymore. You'll become sensitive to the nonsense, I'm telling you. On that note, I'm signing out, people. One love, peace, goodbye.